Well, the frets are taken care of. The new compensated nut is installed. Our self-adjusting radius gauge is made up to match that fingerboard radius. So the next thing we want to consider is how exactly do we shim this neck in order to get the maximum amount of vertical adjustment, saddle to saddle, all the way across, without having those vertical adjustment screws digging into your palm while you play. In order to get an accurate read on that neck to body angle and to determine how thick the shim is that you're going to need to get that maximum adjustment, you got to make sure the guitar is tuned exactly as it's going to be tuned with the exact strings you plan on using. Because essentially the bridge is floating, and what that means, we need to find the perfect balance between the string tension and then the K value of the vibrato bar. So it's a bit of a balancing act to get this right. And you need to determine that in order to determine how thick or how thin a shim you're going to need to get that perfect neck to body angle. So first thing I do is put the capo on, then I flex that bridge back and stick a few tongue depressors in underneath. Loosen the strings a good 8 line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'm going to take that bar out for now, it's just going to be in the way. We'll slip it back in when we're ready for it. So now that I've loosened those strings off, I kind of pull them for maximum looseness. So it slips past the capo jaw. Flip the guitar over face down. The lower body strap prevents the guitar from slipping this way, and the upper neck strap just kind of holds the neck face down while we remove those screws. So I just kind of crack them first. So there's the shim that was in there, and that obviously was not enough. This gives you a good idea just how critical the shim thickness is. I'm just wetting my fingertips, and that gives us 16 thou, 14.5, 16. I'm going to go with that. We are halfway between the 20 thou shim that was too thick and the 11 thou shim that was too thin. Let's try this. So I just approximate it first before I take off the capo. I'm really just watching the string pull taut at each post. I'm not really worried about tuning it at this point. Just want to get that capo off and then we'll tune it. These tongue depressors out of there. So here's our final tuning check. I'm happy with where those screws ended up. There's a little bit of protrusion on the low E. The A is dead flush. The D is recessed. The G is recessed. You can see the first and second string are a little bit proud, but really your palm tends to sort of rest over these bottom four when you're playing. So I don't see that as being an issue. There's lots of travel both ways for all of these saddles. It's got our self-adjusting radius gauge in there, got a perfect match to the fingerboard radius. It's good to go. Let's take it into the studio. Have a listen. So I got a couple more offshore Strat copies. Both of them are for Greg, and both of them were virtually unplayable when he dropped them off. This needed a fret dress, level crown polish, edge dress, compensated nut. Took the neck off, got the proper size shim in there for that floating tremolo, which is 9 to 46 strings, this one, at concert pitch, and it's set up to float. As always, I've laid down another chord progression where I kind of play chords in various positions on the neck to sort of demonstrate the accuracy of the intonation across the entire span of the neck. And this bridge has the 6 screws across the leading edge of the plate. No danger of this breaking through to the cavity. I did heat that bar up and just kind of repositioned it. It's a little more comfortable to use. So I'll let that loop play and just flick around the pickup positions, and I'll let you hear this thing. Okay, here we go. So I'll just go through all 5 positions, starting at the neck. this is Greg's other Strat. Now this is actually a Squire by Fender. The other one was not too sure what it was, some offshore thing. Now it just so happens that the bar fits in both these guitars, so he lucked out there. And again, that was that progression. So now this is set up to float as well, but it's got 10 to 46 strings, so you can hear the difference. The guitars are just about identical. It just occurred to me they're almost the same color. It's a nice color. I don't know what that is, an indigo or something. Anyway, let's we'll let that play.